Hello guys, Bruce here. Um, I trust by now you have this book, Unlocking Wealth Through Index Trading, and by now I trust you have learned the three traits that define indices, and it's either you understand them or you don't understand them. Whichever one you are, it's still good. This will make sure that by the time I'm done with this, everyone understands. I've come to realize that many people were suffering. Well, not many, maybe 10%. They went through the book but still didn't understand. And then I also got to realize that it's best if I do everything from scratch to show you guys how I go on about it and how you should apply it and how you should go on about it. Please, please, please listen to everything that I'm gonna say. Everything that I'm gonna say is gonna be relevant for your trading. It's all just gonna be experience talking to you. So if you're gonna stick to what I'm gonna say, you should be guaranteed a win. I'm not gonna be going through the book. You have the book, you can go through the book by yourself, and I trust you have done that already. What I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna be doing the practicals of the actual book. I'm gonna be showing you guys how to actually put this thing into work. I've not planned anything, as you can see. So everything that I'll be doing from scratch with you guys. This is Owanda. The platform I'm using here is Owanda. I advise you to use Owanda if you have enough money, because it's quite expensive to trade and also good for risk management. Other than that, I use AvaTrade. AvaTrade is good as well. It allows you to risk more. But the only problem with AvaTrade is the numbers are different, but the candles are the same. Enough with that. Let's get down to business. I don't even remember the trades, the order of the trades, but I know the three trades, so it's fine. I'll touch on all of them. It's not a problem. I'd like to discuss this one first, where I go to investing.com, and then from investing.com you should be able to set this on your right. As you can see, this is an index S&P 500, right? Today, since it opened, it closed at minus 0.17%, right? This is Nasdaq. It closed at minus 0.45, right? This is small cap 2000. It closed at minus 1.08, right? And then you got DAX. It closed at minus 31%, right? And in this trade, what I've said is that through experience, remember everything that I've written down, everything that I'm bringing to you is through experience. I've come to realize that indices have a tendency of turning. If price since morning rose by more than 1%, it can be 2%, it can be 1.5%, whatever. I've come to realize that any time from now, price will turn. And this is where I get to see the percentage. Like this one, it had fallen by minus 1.08%. If I was trading this thing, I would also look at the general market sentiment. What's happening around this thing? Why is it falling? Is it on a downtrend? If not, what else is gonna let me lose? Right? Those are the things that you need to look at. What is it that can go against me before I can take this trade? Right? And one of the things that you'll be looking at are the other two trades that we'll be looking into. So what I'm saying to you guys is not a matter of you just see something falling by minus 1 comma what percent and then you want to buy. You need to look at your overall market to see if we should turn indeed or we're not turning. Do you get me? But don't worry, we will go deeper into that. but this is one of the trades. It's quite useful when you see price at a support. A support, you know that we're supposed to buy. A support or demand zone, that you know that it's time to buy when you find price there. So what I'm saying to you is, once you see price at a support or at a demand zone and it has fallen by more than 1%, then chances are 80% of the time it will turn. I'll repeat that again. You know that price turns at a support. You know that price turns where it turned last, which can be a demand or a support zone, right? This is what I'm talking about. I'll just quickly come here and draw this. This would have been my demand zone, right? All I'm saying to you guys is price repeats what it did previously. So what I'm saying to you guys here is, if price opened here and then it came down here, right? And when I look here, I see that price has fallen by more than 1%. Then it's just a confirmation for me that, look, first of all, we are at a demand or supply zone, right? And it has fallen by more than 1%. And what do I know about this thing is the fact that this thing, once it falls by more than 1%, it should turn. Then I know I will buy. But look, my reason for buying was not all based on it's fallen by 1%, I'm gonna buy. No, you need to look at your overall area. You need to look at your surrounding before you cross the road. So it's at a support or demand zone, then I was gonna buy. What happened afterwards? Price went up, right? Bingo. So it's not just a matter of you see this and then you start wanna buy or sell. You need to look at the overall picture and not just one thing, right? Stuff like this, stocks closes flat, whatever, this gives you a clue of why price is falling. Let's say it was something like stocks fall after Trump made changes in the cabinet or whatever, then you know that this thing can still continue to make stocks fall. Even if we are at minus 1, what percent and we are at a support, look, there's something greater that just happened. Trump just reshuffled, or he just made something that affects stocks negatively. So buying at that time is riskier. The surrounding, you can just see a truck is coming from your left. So crossing the road when there's a truck coming is not good. You wouldn't want to do that, and you shouldn't do that here in trading. Surrounding is very important. Market sentiment, I'm simply saying what is being said around whatever you want to buy. What is happening around whatever you want to buy or sell. It is very important. You need to consider those things, because even though they might not hold for too long, whatever was said, it will hit your stop loss and then turn to your direction afterwards. So always check your surroundings before you do anything. Okay, I believe we're done with this trade. We will touch on it maybe later, but I believe you understand what I mean by a fall in percentage, because what I realized about this thing was the fact that oil, after it falls by 2%, and maybe I got a notification, this thing will also come back after 30 minutes or a few minutes and say it has fallen by 3%, and it can go up to 4%. But I realized that with indices, they always have a tendency of stopping quickly and turning. That's how I got to realize, okay, this thing actually turns at around this point, because I decided to go and study them and see how they work. Let's just go to the charts and look at something else. Before going to the RP numbers and RP zones, I'd like to discuss the fact that indices have a tendency of retracing every day. They like to retrace. You think, oh, I've got it, it's going up. Before you know it, it turns. And it happens a lot. It really happens a lot on a daily basis. It happens a lot. You look at something like this, price have opened here, maybe you sold here. Price went into your direction, you close your phone, then when you come back, price is against you. Or how is this gonna affect you? It's only if you don't keep this in mind, that this happens a lot. It's this evidence of retracing a lot. You see something like this, you come here, you sell, oh, you are in profit, you leave, you like, now I'll close at the end of the day. When you come at the end of the day, you are on the negative. You see, you look at something like this, okay, today we are buying, I buy, right? Then price goes up, and then before you know it, price is way against you. You see what I'm talking about? Or you can check here, okay, I'm gonna buy today. You buy, hey, I think it's still consolidating, then it will go down. You come back a few hours later, it's way against you, or your stop loss has been hit. Can you see the things that I'm talking about? You can go all the way back. It doesn't happen every day, yes, but it happens 80% of the time. So the fact that it happens more than the days when it doesn't happen, then you should take it into your trading knowledge or whatever it is that you are using. Look at this. Price was going down. Maybe you sold here. You were so happy when price was here. Before you know it, price is against you. Same thing here. Maybe you sold here. Before you know it, price is against you. You see, stuff like that. Look, these things are happening every day. Every day. These things are happening. These things are happening every day. Every day. I can pull out any chart. This was Dow Jones. Let me pull out Nasdaq. We are still on the same trade. Look at this, right? You buy here because you saw prices going up today. Maybe, I don't know, whatever reason you were using, price actually went up, you were happy, you went away. When you come back, price is against you. Same thing here, you are happy, you sell, you continue selling. Maybe you sold here, you added more, before you know it, price is against you. You see what I'm talking about? This happens almost every day, as you can see. It's happening almost every day. You are excited, before you know it, it's against you. You are excited, before you know it, it's against you. It's happening almost every day, so we cannot neglect these things. We need to keep them in mind. They are very useful for trading indices. Very useful for trading indices. As you can see, you've got those V shapes happening almost every day. Price going down and then going up. It's happening every day. It's happening every day. I can pull out any other chart, and I'm just gonna continue showing you this one thing, that price lies creating V shapes. It's the same thing here as well, everywhere. This thing is happening almost every day. I'll leave it to you to go and check on your charts, but the point that I was trying to bring across is price has a tendency of changing direction, retracing the steps that it took going down, and then it goes back up. It happens a lot, so it's something that you need to keep in mind and take advantage of. You know something, why don't you let it pay you? If you know something, I've just opened your eyes to this reality, that price has a tendency of turning. It will not just shoot in one direction non-stop. It will always turn, right, 80% of the time. I don't want to waste so much time in this. There's still a lot to cover. There's still a lot more to cover. So now, let's just touch on the other trade, which is the third trade, which is the RB numbers and RB zones. As you can see, I'm going to be starting from scratch. So pay attention to what I'm going to say and what I'm going to do. I'm going to start from scratch. As you can see, I have no lines here. But I'm going to show you you know that, as you can see, this is weekly. Price was going up, the trend was up for weeks, and then it turned, right? And then it was going down, then it turned, right? It was going up, it turned, right? The trend was going down, it turned, right? The trend was going up, it turned, right? The trend was going down, it turned. So what I want you to do, or what I want to show you, is where is this trend turning. I'm not yet to show you something that you'll be scalping every day. If you want to do that, you can still apply this, but I'm not gonna waste time on trying to show you how to catch pips every day. But I'm here to show you something that's lasting. Yes, there are people who are risking and making a lot of money every day, but if you check, they have a lot of money to risk and you don't have. So I'm not going to teach you something which is for millionaires when you're not a millionaire. A millionaire has 100,000 to risk. If it gets chowed, he has more money to deposit. So he is able to gamble, or whatever they do, whatever they call what they are doing. So I'm not here to show you that. I'm here to show you that if you were to catch a price here and you just hold, apply patience, which is in the first chapter, then you can just apply patience and make money. But what's more important to me is, where do you know how to spot this changing in trends, how to get this entry for the change in the trend, right? So we're going to use RB numbers and RB zones to do that. As you can see, I just opened a random chart, and then I'm just going to go and draw my lines wherever price turned, right? Wherever price turned, I'm just going to go and draw my lines, right? Perfect. Let me just do this, right? As you can see, I just dragged a line and then put it where price turned. We will look at the other details later, but for now I'm just going to be putting my lines where price turned, right? Just going to be putting my lines where price turned, right? As you can see, I'm not planning anything. I'm just looking at where the trend has been turning, and then I place my lines. We will look further into them to see if there's anything we can come out with from these places where price is always turning. As you can see, all I'm doing is I'm going and placing my lines where price turned, right? Perfect. All I'm doing is I'm going to place my lines where price turned, right? That's all I'm doing right now. We'll talk about other logistics later, but for now I'm just like, okay, I see price was going up and then it turned here. Why did it turn here? Let me just draw a line. I will come and investigate this thing later. I drew a line, and then, okay, let me just go and grab another line and drop it somewhere else. Okay, let me drop it here, right here. Let me drop right here. Come. Okay, I'll just leave it there. Okay, I've drawn enough lines, and you saw me drawing these lines from scratch. So now I would like us to investigate something. If you check, price turned at 13,600, right? This one turned at 13,200, right? And then this one here turned at 12,400, right? Yes, don't look at the other stuff, just focus on the hundreds. It's difficult for me to place it and it will be 200 exactly because of the mouse or the software. I'm not sure why the problem is, but what I wanted to really do was to place it at 12,400, even though it went to 12,401. Look here, I just went and placed the line based on where price tend here, and then as you can see it's 11,400. You check here, price tend where at 9,300. I can just drag it down if you think I'm joking. Okay, there you can see, still perfect, right? Okay, now maybe you listen to me. Okay, look here, where price tend, all I did was to go and draw a line to touch where price tend, and then as I go to my right, I see that it turned at 8,700. You look here, same thing. Okay, here it didn't happen. Let me just go up, let me just scroll up. Come on, 84 onto, I wanted to put it at 8400, right? Okay, perfect. So for now I've just drawn the RP numbers. If you are struggling to determine the RP numbers, look, RP numbers are every point which is ending with 600, meaning from 600 we have an RP number which is at 13,500, right? 13,500. There, that's an RP number where price tend here. It was an RP number 13,500, right? The next RP number would have been 13,400. I'm not gonna put all of them, but just for you to understand what RP numbers are. The 13,400 is an RP number. These RP numbers, do they work only on weekly or daily? When I go to daily, do I have to change my RP number? Let's see before I answer that. I switch to daily. It's still the same place where price tend. Did I change anything? No, it's still 13,600, right? You check here, did I change anything? No, it's still what? The same, 13,500, right? The 13,400, can you see it? I just threw it randomly to show you guys the RP numbers, but if when you look, you realize price was actually respecting that line, right? So now you can't dispute it. Price tends at these points. Look at this. Price bounce off, came back some days later, bounce off. Can you see that? Why is it bouncing off here? Price is repeating what it did previously, and again it's bouncing off at an RP number. Look here, touch the RP number, tens, touch RP number, and then tens. It's 12,200, right? 12,200. Doesn't want to go there, but yeah, you can see what I'm talking about. It's quite obvious. So let's take it to H4. I'm still trying to answer your question. I haven't changed any numbers. It's still the same numbers we were working with. Here you see 11,400, right? As you can see it on weekly, 11,400 is where? 11,400. I'm just gonna go to H4. As you can see, 11,400. That's your 11,400. Price went down, gets there, touch 11,400, and then 10, right? Perfect. Here we have 12,400. We took it on weekly, 12,400. But as you can see, this is way back, so it won't be easy to go back there using H4. So I will ignore that one. Maybe I can come to 13,200 on H4. 13,200, right? Let's go to 13,200. There is your 13,200. As you can see, 13,200, right? Price tend. Price was going up from the bottom. It's time to change the trend. Where did it change the trend? At an RP number, right? Okay, perfect. Perhaps it's just DEX where this thing works. Let's just open any other random index and see if this thing really works, right? Because you can find that I just knew that DEX works and then I started with it. So To avoid that, we already have one loaded here. Let's just go to it. Let's go to weekly. Let's do the exact same thing, and then we can conclude if this thing works or not, right? Let's just go into the exact same thing, and then we can conclude if we can do this thing or not. Okay, I'm seeing 7700. You see, it doesn't want to be exact, but you can see this is Nasdaq. It was just going all the way up. How do you know what's supposed to turn? Oh well, by now you should know. RP number, RP number, RP number. As you can see, it turned at the RP number here for the first time. Price came the second week, turned the same place. Some weeks later, price came back to the same place. It turned right. RP number. Perfect. Okay, you can see this always on an uptrend, so it's gonna be quite tricky, but don't worry, we are still gonna be investigating our RP numbers. We are not afraid of our RP numbers at all, right? Not afraid of our RP numbers at all. 6,900, as you can see, price was going down, and then it turned at what? At the RP number, right? Okay, yes, another one. What is it? 162, right? 16200, 16200, 16200. Okay, this is meant to be 16200, right? Remember, this is on an uptrend, right? It's always on an uptrend, as you can see on the weekly. So these RB numbers are just there to do what? To help you join the uptrend. As you can see, this thing is always wanting to go up, but in the on its way up, it always does. It has tendencies of doing what? Of retracing and then go up. New low which is higher, and then go up. A new low which is higher, go up. As you can see, it always does this. So it will always be at the RB numbers where we'll be able to do what? To join the upward movement, right? Perfect. We can go all the way back. You will see that it's been on an uptrend, but in the uptrend it has tendencies of doing what? Of bouncing back and then going up, right? As you can see here, if I just go here and draw this in, why? If you check where price turned, it's what? 83. What is it? It's 8. It's 3,900. Can you see that? Where price came and turned, right? You can see that for yourself. You can come here and see price was going up. We're still on an uptrend, but price has tendencies of doing what? Of coming down. And then we have to enter. Look at where price came to. It's 3,700. Can you see that? So already you can see the things that I'm talking about. As you can see, the things that I'm talking about. 3,400. 3,000. I'm looking for 3,400. That's where price turned. On its way up, it will trace 3,400, then continue going up. Came back, continue going up. Can you see what's happening? We are on an uptrend, and then we always get an opportunity to re-enter using what? RP numbers. Perhaps it's just these two, DAX and Nasdaq, that work. Let's just explore all this stuff and not just be comfortable and go around telling people we know how to trade indices just because we saw two things. So let's just throw in any random. Here's another one, UK 100. Let's also start it at weekly, right? On weekly we have UK 100, and what do? We just go and randomly draw lines wherever price turns, right? Perfect. We are on the same page. 7,900. As you can see, we're just gonna go around drawing these numbers on random places, right? Just gonna go around drawing numbers at random places, right? Random places will be drawing what? Numbers, right? Perfect. random places where price is turning, we go and draw our lines, right? Perfect. As you can see, all I'm doing is just going and seeing where price turned, and then I draw my zone line, right? What's this? 5,500. Okay, we are still on this points where price is turning. I just go there and draw my lines, right? Perfect. Just go there and draw my line where price is turning, right? Perfect. Let's just go and draw wherever we see price turning. Let's just go and draw our lines and then investigate what's happening afterwards. Just go and draw our lines. After drawing our lines, let's investigate what's happening with this stuff. Let's just go and draw our lines. Then after drawing our lines, let's investigate what is happening. Right? We draw our lines. After drawing our lines, we'll come and investigate why price has been turning there. Okay, here we go. So I believe we've drawn enough, right? So now, as you can see, we've got 900 there, we've got 600 there, we've got 100 there, we've got 6,900, we've got 6,500, we've got 6,100, we've got 5,800, we've got 5,000. This one wasn't exact, didn't work out. And then we've got 5,500, right? Okay, perfect. We are still together. We are still on the same page. Stick with me as I take you places. Okay, so now we need to see, we've established, right? You can see where price is turning. You have seen its RP numbers. Let's see if it works if we scroll down. Can you see that? Price was going all the way up. All the way up. Look at where it turned. This is the all-time high, by the way. Look, price had never been there before. How do you know if you are gonna use support and resistance? How do you know where to buy, where to sell? Since since resistance is based on what happened previously. Price has never been here. But look, RB number, it will tell you where price is turning. Where 7,900. Right? Okay. Perfect. So now let's continue. We're not done. You and I are still on the same page, right? Okay, perfect. If you're still with me, then stick with me as I take you places. Right? Just gonna go there and draw this thing in. 800. I'm looking for 800. There is 800. As you can see, price turned at 800. At 800 here, it didn't fully get there, right? But you can see the power of these RP numbers, right? Still working on daily, right? Okay, perfect. So now I need us to take it down to H4. Don't worry about the ones that are not touching. We're still gonna get down to zones. For now, we are still dealing with RP numbers. As you can see, some do miss, some do pass, right? But it's not an issue because we've got the RP zones. We've got the RP zones, as you can see on H4, still the same numbers, they still apply, right? Okay, perfect. What was happening here? Let's see. 100. Okay, as you can see what I'm trying to do. 100, right? Okay, perfect. Let's leave it. Let us do it. Let us leave it. Let us leave it. let's see what's happening here. Price turned here. It was not yet there in the RB number. It didn't get the RB number. The RB number is what? 7200, right? Okay, it's fine. And then here, let's see what's happening. This is also not an RB number. So such trades, I would have missed them. I wouldn't have traded them because I'm only trading what? RB numbers. Why did it delete a lot of things? So disrespectful. Super disrespectful to me right now. For what good reason? I don't know. But yeah, this is 7,500, right? Okay, bingo. We are still well. As you can see what's happening here. We are still doing quite well. If I can just take this, you see this 10 here, but allow me to just move it up to see, just trying to figure out something. I see price has been bouncing off a lot here, so just trying to see why is price bouncing off here, so many times price was bouncing off here. So that's why I quickly ran here. I just wanted to investigate. It seems like there was a matter happening here. There's a case here. So I quickly had to take my line and then just draw it there. Let me just see that you guys are actually getting the sound. Okay, as I speak, as you can see, there's the sound there. So I can continue. So yeah, I was just seeing this, so I decided to quickly run and investigate. And as you can see, we are still not lying. We are still talking the absolute truth. Okay, you can see for yourself here, right here, where price is turning here, right? You can see it's 900, 7,900, right? Okay, bingo. I think we should now look at the RB zones. You have seen how to determine the RB numbers, right? As you can see how to determine RB numbers, you have seen. So now let's touch on the RB zone. So now the reason why we need the zones is because, as you can see, price doesn't just touch there and then leave same time. Price doesn't just touch there and leave. Price doesn't just touch there and then leave. Price doesn't touch the RB number and leave. Even though it does happen, it doesn't always happen. So the RB zone is there to do what? Simple. To say, hey, we are still here. We are not gone. You can still enter the trade. I've come for safety. Use 40 points out. Meaning if you want to sell, go as high as 740. 740, right? 740. You draw your zone, right? You're gonna draw your zone 740, which is here, right? Somewhere here. So I'm saying anywhere within the zone, you can still do what? Sell. You will still be able to make money. And then in front, just put 10. Put 10. Meaning you'll put what? 7,690. Right? It's 40 behind and 10 in front. Meaning you can still sell even though price is not yet at the RB number. You can still sell. So now it means this whole RB zone is covering how much? $50 minus $50. So already that should tell you that you shouldn't trade indices with $50 unless you are ready to lose the $50. because you're gonna put your stop loss outside. If you put your stop loss inside the RP zone, let's say you sold here and you're still within you put your stop loss in the RP zone, price is gonna get hit. As you can see, it happened here. It got hit. But here you put your stop loss outside, it would have been safe, right? Perfect. Here it didn't work out, it would have hit you out. But look at something, you would have been making money so many times, and then here it failed you. But how many times does it work? Let's not only focus on the negative, but focus on the positive more. We're not neglecting that the negative is there, but compared to the positive, there's only like 2 over how many? Like 10. You get me? So let's focus on the positive and leave the negative people. Yes, it doesn't always work, like I said from the beginning, 80%, which is why you always need to put your risk management in place, because it doesn't always work, but it works 80% of the time, right? Okay, I believe you now know why about the RP zone. I'll just draw another zone here. It should go down all the way down to 470, right? Because it's moving from 500 and then it will go to 510 above, 510 above, which is there, and then 470 below. So I would go and draw my RP zone, right? RP zone. Your RP zone should be 10 above and 40 below, right? 40 below. So price comes, you buy there, you put your stop loss outside, perfect. You come to your screen, you find price has already passed the RP zone, RP number, but we are still within the zone. You can still buy. Can you see that? That's why you need the RP zone. As you can see on this one here, price didn't quite get there, but you can see price has been shooting up. So most of the time, I can guarantee you what was happening here. When you check here, you would have found that it has risen by more than 1%, which was going to say to you, first of all, price has risen by 1%. Second, it's at an RP zone. Why I know 2 things. When this thing does this, which is it has risen by more than 1%. Secondly, it's at an RP zone. I would have sold here and then went all the way down. Can you see that? Stop loss, we're not there yet. We will come there, but for now we are still dealing with RP zones. RP zone, look at this RP zone. I come here and set 10 above, 40 behind. Price comes, passes, still within the zone, I sell. Right here, maybe price has been going up in that day, and then we're still within the zone, I sell, and then bingo, right? As you can see, that's just how it goes. Here, I won't lie, it didn't work. Oh, actually it worked. As you can see, it worked here, right? Okay, perfect, it's fine. Don't worry about anything yet. We are still going to touch every other aspect that you need. Don't rush to be negative. Negativity is not needed at all. Look at this. Don't rush for negativity. We are not here for negativity. We are here to present you with something that works. As you can see, put your zone and then bingo, right? Perfect. So now, as you can see, we've got the RP zone, what. Okay, this was, as you can see, this is on the day where I'm doing this thing. Price came here today, right? it turned here today, right? Let me just go and draw my RB number, right? I'll just take it down to H1, right? As you can see, trying to take it up. You know what I'm trying to do. There it is, 11,500. Price came here, touched and went up. If you check something, just want to show you, it might look small,